take a real estate application. I will go with a real estate application. Now basically, when you want to go with real estate, I want to make some application like housing.com, some application like housing.com. Let me open. So I want to create some application like this, housing.com. So basically, who are the people who are involved here? People who want to sell the property, people who want to buy the property, and people who want to rent out the property, people who want to take the property on rent. So this is a application. This application basically deals with property management. It is acting as a mediator between the people who sell their property and the people who purchase the property. Now in this application, first, who are the people who are involved with us? Who are the people who are involved with us? First of all, the people who are going to deal with us. We have the people who are going to deal with us are customers and vendors. What type of data you want to collect from them? I want to collect the information like vendor name. I want to take an object called vendor. I want to take vendor name. Vendor name. Vendor name is nothing but organization name. Now, when you're going with the vendor name, again it is going to ask you, is it a organization which is selling this property? Like I have something like Loda. I have something like, okay, Loda, Kalpateru. These are the big organizations. These are the organizations which keep the ventures and sell their properties. Or Satish. Satish is the individual person. Satish is the individual person who has a flat in Hyderabad who want to sell it out. So my vendors may be an organization, my vendor may be an organization, or my vendor may be individual user. So I can say personal. So we are going to collect the information. When you want to collect the information, you are going to have two types of people. One is organization, the other one is the person. What type of information you want to collect? So let us, as of now, let us assume it's only the organizations who are selling the property or the customers are only selling the property. So who are those people who are selling the property? When you want to collect this type of information, when I want to collect the information, I'm just giving the business requirement. Accordingly, we'll decide what objects are required. I'm only giving the business requirement. Accordingly, we'll decide what data is required. So here we have, according to my requirement, organizations have their ventures. And they will post their properties on my application web. Customers who are interested, who are showing interest, they will communicate with my organization. They'll communicate with my organization and we'll fix a deal with this. So basically, I want to maintain the information about the vendors who want to sell their properties. I want to know name of the vendor. I want to collect some data like name of the vendor and their communication address, registration number, their contact phone number, phone, email, website. Like this, I want to collect the data. Now, what these vendors are doing, let us say I have some vendors like Loda. These people have started construction in Hyderabad in SR Nagar. They also have started one more venture in Hyderabad in LB Nagar, and they have started some venture in Bangalore, let's say at Electronic City. They started one venture in Martali. So these are the vendors. Vendor is the Lodha. So venture in Hyderabad. The property what venture is in Hyderabad. This is the property what they want to sell. When they want to sell this property in Nagar, it is 40 flats. 40 flats are available. Nagar 120 flats are available. So what they are selling? Every flat is a property. Every flat is a property. So what they are selling? What they are selling? Lodha has a venture in Hyderabad, Nagar branch, and number of flats are 40. Each flat becomes my property. Each property is one property. Each property, okay, each flat is one property. This is what I want to sell. So when I want to sell, who are the people who want interested on this? Basically, I'm just giving a rough idea about the model. We'll decide accordingly. Then, who are the people who are interested? Customers are interested. I want to collect the customer. Now, the same customer, let us say Satish, he is interested to purchase Lodha, Hyderabad, Nagar. Lodha, Hyderabad, Nagar. This is the property on which he is interested. Or Satish is also showing interest on my home in Delhi, some property. Right. So he want to know the information about the vendor, and we want to know the information about the customer, and we want to know the information about the venture, and we also want to know the information about the property item. So here we need to classify. We need to classify. Look at the structure first. Look at the structure. Look at the structure. This is the basic format of the data what I'm trying to take it. Now I'll design it accordingly. We'll decide what type of data we need to take and what are the fields, what type of relation we need to take. First object name. Now we need name. We're going to take field name, data type, and options. First one we have name field, which is a standard field. What type of data I want to take? Auto number. I want to take auto number. Then or else name of the organization. I want to take text data. Then what type of information we're taking? Name of the organization, registration number, government registration number, we want to take text here. It is a must. Required field is a required field. The field is required or not? It is a required field. Yes. Then required name is also required. Yes. Then we want to take the phone number. Phone is it required? Yes. Email of the organization. Email option is no. Then I want to take some data. Let us say then address is going to be text area. Is an optional. Then we're going to say field name, government registration, phone, email, address. What else we want to collect? Landline. Right. This is the basic information what I'm collecting about the company. This is the basic information what I'm collecting about the company. The organization which is selling the flats. The organization which is selling the flats. This is the basic information what we are collecting. Now, we are collecting the information about the properties what it is selling. This organization has different ventures. What are the ventures they have? Property. So when you say property, the apartment name. When you say property, the apartment name. Now they started a property. They had a property in Srinagar. So what is the object here? Object we are taking property. Now what is the data we want to take? Field name, data type, options, required. Right. So what we want to know? Name of the property. So sometimes the name may be same. I have property in SR Nagar. The name may be same. So what I will take? I'll take this as property ID, which I'm going to take auto number. By default, it becomes required. Then property name, text, it is also required. Property name, then location, or else I can say city or state. State, quick list, I can say TG, AP, TNK. Then city, quick list. Then I have some places here, Hyderabad, and I can say some places like Vizag. I have some places, Hyderabad, Warangal, Vizag, Vijayawada. Then I have some couple of fields here. Then Tambaram, Krompet. I have a couple of options. So these are the places. Now I need to create a field dependency. Based on the state, the corresponding cities has to come. Based on the state, the corresponding cities has to come. Then I have property in which state, which is city. Now this property, type of property. It is also pick list. What is this? Is it independent? Independent house, apartment, commercial, or commercial. So we have different types of commercial. What type of property is this? Then property name, number of units. How many units are available in this property? You have to check it. Number of units. Number is a required field. Right. Unit price. What is the unit price of? Let's see. Then I can say occupy, date of when we can occupy. Fine. So we got some date here. So these are the fields what we have. So what is the name of the property, in which state it is, which city, type of property, and current status. Is it ready to move, ready to occupy, or still under construction? When we can occupy. So when we can occupy. Date of occupancy. So I can take date. Then you can say available date. Right. Then which property? Construction. Year of construction. Number. Right. So I got some property values here. This is how I created some fields. Here. Now the vendors are selling their properties. This is the name of the property. Now here we need to understand one point here. So this property is owned by which organization? This property is owned by which organization? So the organization, the company has the following property which is selling. So there is a relation which is required between these companies and the property. When we require a relation between this company and property, what type of relation we require? If the company is not existing, there will be no property. The property exists only when the company is there. Only when the vendor is there, construction organization is there. Only when organization is available. Then I go for property. If the organization is not available, there will be no property. So we need to establish a relation. The relation what we require between organization and the property. So what I'm doing, vendor name, type of relation, master detail. Can I take master detail or lookup? Which we prefer here? Which we take? When there is no vendor, the property has to be removed, right? So automatically I am creating master detail organization. Right. So is it a required field? Obviously is a master detail is required field. Right. So I created this. Now when you're going with this, I have a issue here. When I'm creating on every property, now the company want to know how many properties it has posted. The company want to know how many properties it has posted. The company want to know how many properties it has posted. The company want to know how many properties it has posted. So what is doing? It is getting a number of properties. Number of units. So what it is doing? Roll-up summary. It is making a roll-up summary. Now it want to make a number of properties, independent houses, number of apartments it has posted. You want to find out, or if you want to find out the only total number of units, so I can make roll-up summary of number of units. Number of units. Here we have number of units. I want to roll up number of units. Because it's a master detail field, we can write a roll-up summary field on the master object to summarize the corresponding chain. Right. So what else we can make? On every payment object, on every property object, on every property, I want to display the vendor's name, vendor's phone number, and vendor's rating. So on every property, I want to display vendor name, vendor phone number. So if you want to display the master data on the corresponding child object, then what we do? We use cross object formulas. So on every vendor, on every property, I want to display vendor name. So vendor, what are we doing here? Formula field. Then again, we are trying to create vendor phone number. Because we are trying to refer to the data from the parent object, we are using formula field. We are trying to use formula field. Right, boss? So once you have posted this property, who are the people who are interested? Customers are interested to purchase this property. So what type of data I require? I require a data. I want a table to maintain the customer data. So let us see. I want a table to maintain the customer data. So let me give it here. So these relations are clear for everyone. I just took two tables, organization and property, vendor and property or organization property. Both of them I connected by master detail. Because I have a master detail relation, I can create a roll-up summary field. As I want every vendor data to be displayed on the, I want vendor name and vendor phone number to be displayed on the property. I am using a formula which is a cross object formula referring to the data from the parent object and using it on the child object. Right. So similarly, I want to go with customer. I want to go with customer. So what is the customer? The customer want to register the property. Now, every customer would like to maintain the information. Now look at the point. I have a table called customer table where I am trying to maintain the information about a customer. So I have object. So I want to know customer name, phone number, type of customer, salaried or pick list, salaried or business. Right. Then I want to know address. I want to maintain information about the customer. I took only few fields. You can extend according to your requirement. I'm just trying to show you the scope of creating it. Okay. Now once I took the customer data, now this customer is interested on property. Now this customer is interested on property. Now a single customer may be interested on multiple properties. The customer may be interested on multiple properties. When the customer is interested on multiple properties, what type of relation we are going to establish? I am going to maintain a separate table which says which customer is interested on which property. To maintain. So I want information about the customer and I also want information about the property what he is interested in. So in this case, we want a relation between customer and property. Which customer is interested and which property is interested. Customer may be interested on multiple properties. On a single property, multiple customers may be interested. So in this case, what type of relation we require? Now I'm taking. Now in this case, field name, data type, options required. Now let us go with this. So when I'm going with this, so first I want to know who is the customer who is interested on this. So it is master detail. Now on which property is interested? Master detail. Then who is the customer and what is the property on which he is interested. Now on this object, automatically I want to show customer name. On this object I want to display customer name, customer phone number, property vendor name, vendor phone number. So if I open a table, in this table I want to display what is the customer, who is the customer and which property is interested in, what is the customer name. So as the customer is a master detail, I can fetch the customer name from the parent object. So how do you fetch the customer name from the parent object? By using a formulas. Use a cross object formula, go to customer object fetch the customer phone number, customer name and display it. Here also I want to display customer. So what we are going to do, write a formula field, fetch the data. Here also write a formula field, fetch the data. Did you get these points? Did you get this point? I created a property inquiry. When the property inquiry, when you take property interested or property inquiry, any object name what you created. Now what we are taking, one object, one relation to the customer, one relation to the property. When I say master detail, it is only record ID which is stored. Property, it is only the record ID which is stored. But I don't want record IDs. I want a customer name. I want the customer phone number. I don't want record ID. I want customer name, customer phone number, vendor name, vendor phone number. Then what we do? Then we make formula fields. Make a cross object formula fields and fetch the data. Make a cross object formula fields and fetch the data. Now along with this, when did you inquire? Last visited. Last visited. I created some fields. Now in these fields, when you created these fields, now once you created, I want to know how many products that customer has inquired about. I want to create a roll-up summary to understand how many products that customer has inquired. Now property and customer. Property and customer. Now I want to create a field here which gives me number of customers, okay, number of properties this customer is interested in. I want a field here, number of properties. How many properties this customer has inquired. Now when I want to know number of properties this customer has inquired, every time the customer has inquired about a property, it is registered in the property inquiry. Now if you want to know number of properties, what we can do, as both these objects are connected by master detail relationship, I can create a roll-up summary here. I can create a roll-up summary. I can create a roll-up summary and make a size of, okay, count of number of child records. At the same time, I want to create a roll-up summary on property. How many customers have inquired about this property? Now, how many properties this customer has inquired? At the same time, I also want to know how many customers have inquired about this property. How many customers have inquired about this property? So, how do you know this? As property is also one of the master object, I can create number of customers. Number of customers. Roll-up summary. Roll-up summary. So you understand according to your business requirement what is the data you want to collect. To maintain this data, what type of relations you are using, then how you are going to achieve it. It is small, a quick connectivity. I took only few objects and just connected here. Similarly, I want to create one more structure here. Let us take. Now I want to maintain. I want to collect some data about. This application I am creating. I want to create one more small application. This is let us see. This application is all about like fine. Okay, finance application. Let us say it's a finance application, or I'll take a small application like let us say institute, any institute. So in the institute, what we have basically, we have courses. So list of courses what we are offering. I want to take a small application. I have institute. I want to maintain some information about the education institute. So what is the first one? What are the courses we are offering? What are the courses we are offering? So when you want to get the data about courses, I have field name, data type, options, required or not. So first let me take faculty. Now I'm taking name of the faculty, name, which I'm taking as auto number, required. Then I'm giving faculty ID, auto number, required. Then qualification, quick list I'm taking, where I have qualification like PhD. Right. Then experience. When I say experience, it's going to be a number. How many years of experience he has got, required. Then which city, the pick list. Right. Again, you can give options like Hyderabad, Bangalore. Now, which branch? In which branch he is working? According to the cities, give the branch names. Then give which technology. So we can say SFDC. Right. So these are the some of the fields I created. So basically I created a faculty object with the following fields. Now I want to know the list of courses. I want to know the list of courses that we are offering. The list of courses that we are offering. So object name, course. So here we have field name, data type, options. Now name of the course, text is required. Yes. Course ID. Course ID. We're going to take auto number. Required. Yes. Then fee of the course. What is the fees? Fee for the course. Currency. Yes. Then amount. Then I can say duration. Duration of the course. So I took some data. Now this faculty and this is the course. I want to start a new batch. When I want to start a new batch, I want to know which faculty or which course is starting a batch. Now these are the courses what we are offering. These are the courses what we are offering. These are the courses what we are offering. And these are the list of faculties who we have. Now we need to understand. We need to understand which faculty, which course. Now I need a relationship. I want to take a relationship between course and the faculty. Now batches object. Then I have data type options. Now if I want to start, first I am choosing which course. Now if the course is not available, will the batch will be existing? Can a batch exist without a course? Can a batch exist without a course? If I remove the course, what happened here? If I remove the course, the batches which are already existing, Now I want to say the course should not exist without, if the course is not there, all the corresponding batches has to be cancelled. If course is not there, the corresponding batches has to be cancelled. So let us say I'm taking here master detail. required, yes. Now I want to say if the faculty is not there, the batches will be not available. So again it is master detail required. Now batch time, the pick list, you can say 7 a.m., 8 a.m. You can define whatever the options we have. Then type of batch type, I'm giving here pick list where I'm taking fast track online classroom. Right, this type of information material. So along with this, I also want to know course name. Course name should be there and duration. The duration should be captured. The duration should be captured from the course. The duration and fee information should be captured from the course. So the duration and course information should be captured from the course. So if you want to get the data from master, again use formula. Use the formula field, cross object formula, fetch it. Fee, formula, fetch it. So this is the information what I got here. So according to your requirement, decide what type of relation you require. We are just trying to understand which relation is suitable to us. Just trying to pick objects to understand which relations are suitable, which concept can be used out of all the concepts whatever we learned, where we can use those functionalities. Now we got faculty, course and new batch. Now I want to know the information about students. No, I want to know the information about the student. Now I have field name, data type, options, okay, required or not. Now let us try to understand here. Name of the student, text required as student ID, auto number, yes, phone number, yes, email ID, right. So we have taken this. Now he is going to join for a batch. The student belongs to which batch? So new batch. I am going to create a batch which is a master detail. Which is a master detail to new batch. I am creating a master detail to new batch. Once you created a master detail, then once you got the batch, every student is going to get a student name, student ID, phone number, email, batch, to which batch he joined, for which batch he joined. What is the fee? So fee information should be captured from the new batch. So what we are doing? Formula fee. Then paid amount. Now available, okay, balance. Right. Now what I need, I want to know number of students. I want to know number of students who joined for the batch. I want to get total number of students who joined for every batch. Batch wise, I want to get number of students who joined. Batch wise, I want to get number of students who have joined for the course. Batch wise, I want to get number of students who have joined for the course. So if you want to know the data about batch wise, now batch and student, both of them are connected by what relation? So new batch and student, both of them are connected by master detail. As both these objects are connected by master detail, can it be master detail, boss? Now I have a problem with this. When I want to create a master detail, already new batch is a junction object. On the new batch already we have course and faculty. So junction object cannot be a parent to any other object. Junction object cannot be a parent to any other object. So what I want to do, I want to make this field as lookup field, lookup, and make it required. Otherwise what happened? New batch is a junction object. If new batch is a junction object, it cannot be a master to any other object. If new batch is a junction object, it cannot be a master to any other object. So what I have done? I made a junction object. One is master detail, another is lookup. Now, batch wise I want to find out how many students have joined for the batch. Total amount of money I got because of this batch. Total amount of amount I collected. Total amount of amount pending. So I want to create some couple of fields here. So what is this? Number of friends or batch size. Batch size. So how I am creating? Roll up summary. Roll up to. I can make roll up to student. It's count. If we give count, automatically we get the count of number of students who joined for this batch. Now total fees. So what we do? I make roll up to student. Roll up to student. So what is the value I have to make? Sum of. Then total paid amount. Paid amount. Again it is also roll up student sum of paid amount. Then I want to create one more field, amount pending. So it is master. Students are child. All the students who have joined for this course, their fees I want to collect it. I want to know how much they paid, how much is pending. So total U. Again it is roll up to student sum of due amount. Sum of due amount. So I am able to create a roll up summary there. I was able to create the roll up summary there because new batch is a master object and student is a child object. New batch is a master object, student is a child object. So like this, according to your requirement, you decide whether it's a roll up summary, whether it's a formula field, or it is a lookup relation, or it is a master detail relation, or it is a field dependency. So these are only the concepts what we have covered as of now. Now on this, I want to create some validation rules. So what is that validation rule? Let us say when you are creating a course, new batch, I can say object new batch, I can say start date. I can create start date. I can say start date. On this we have a validation. Start date cannot be less than today. Less than 10 days from now. Start date cannot be less than 10 days from created date. So I can start a new batch only after 10 days of created. Once I create a record, after 10 days only, minimum 10 days gap should be there. Once I created a record, after 10 days only I should be able to start this batch. So the start date cannot be less than 10 days of the creation. The difference between start date and the created date should be minimum 10 days. I want a validation rule. So create a validation rule for this. So when I want to create a validation rule, I can say created date, take the condition, created date, convert them into date. Now start date. The difference between the start date and the created date should be minimum 10 days. If it's not less than 10 days, then throw error message, then throw error message. Then I can say, next one, again create one validation rule, course duration. Duration of the course should not be more than 90 days. If you give the duration of the course more than 90 days, throw error message. I want to create one validation here. Validation. If duration of the course is more than 90 days, throw error message. Now accordingly, I want to create here. Create a field dependency. Based on the city, the branches has to come. Based on the city, the branch has to come. Now here I am saying, I want to create one validation rule here. Validation. If experience should not be less than 5 years. Experience cannot be less than 5 years. Don't create a record who has experience less than 5 years. Or else, no. If qualification is PhD, is other than PhD, technology field cannot be blank. If the qualification is other than PhD, the technology field cannot be blank. So this is how we just created a couple of objects and trying to establish a relation between them. Now it is your choice. I'm just giving a rough model to understand how I am creating the fields and relations between these objects. Now it is up to your choice how you decide and how you make it. Once I complete the administration, then I'll give the complete flow. As we are only in the initial stage of the application, we cannot go beyond this. Just trying to take few objects, trying to relate them, trying to apply the concepts what we are learning. As we are in the initial stage, I'm just trying to take rough objects and trying to implement. So once we complete the administration, I'll go with a project, any one of the project, right? This is only to understand for your practice, to understand how to create your practice examples and scenarios. I hope you are clear with this, whatever we have covered. These are only the topics what we covered. Any further queries on this? This is only for taking a basic level of practice, right? As we are only in the alphabets of the starting alphabets of the Salesforce administration, we cannot take more than this. Okay. Once you're done with the at least 50 or 70% of the topics, then we'll take the use cases on any one of the application, maybe insurance or any other technology. As it's only basic level of objects you have done, I just took some objects which you can relate yourself, which you can relate and connect them, right? Any further queries on this?